What is up, everybody? Meriden Gaming here. We're back for another World of Tanks Tech Tree Tank Showcase and Review. Today we're taking a look at the Tier 9 American Tank Destroyer, T30. Now, you'll look at this and be like, no, that's a heavy tank. And you'd kind of be right, because it basically is. We take a look at this lovely profile here. Yeah, look how much armor this thing has. The weak points are right here, and that's 220, so there's still a lot of stuff that's going to have problems even going through that. Your tiny little part of a cupola, like this whole upper slope is not penetrable, but then you've got like this one, if I can even get my mouse over it. Yeah, look, there's 52 right there. But the odds of them hitting that are very slim. Now your lower, or your hull, of course, is a little bit light on armor, so you definitely have to play hold down with this thing. Although I think there are some heavies that have that level armor even at tier 9. And then you have this small gun port here that is very weak at 80. So you have some HE that can even go through that if you're not careful. But definitely stay hold down with this thing. But when you're hold down, they're not going to be able to go through you at all. And even this little viewport here, yeah, very heavy, the armored. Let's go ahead and take a look at the live view. Now I've got this versus like a standard medium with 230 pin, because that's what you'll be facing most of the time. I mean, you'll be facing some heavies too, but as you can see, 230 won't go through this at all. We step up to 270, still pretty difficult for someone to go through it. Now, if we go back to something like our T30, I can find my T30, there it is. Yeah, now you're starting to get to where you can actually go through some of this stuff. Although you do have quite a few ricochet angles as well, you definitely want to stay hold down and use side scraping to get those shots in. But of course, as soon as you step up to over 300, even the cheeks are kind of weak. Anyway, let's go ahead and get over the comparison. So, first we're going to throw in the other American just to kind of give you an idea of the two different tank lines that you can go down and their comparisons. But honestly, these are the only two that really compare this tier because they also have turrets. I believe the Waffentrager doesn't have quite the full range of motion that the other one does, if I can find where that's at. It's somewhere in here. Oh yeah, gun traverse. Actually, no, it does. The Conway is the one that doesn't have quite as much. But anyway, so we're going to be comparing the British Conway and the German Waffentrager, which is one of the ones I see the most in tier 9s when it comes to T. That and the T95, honestly, are the two most popular that I tend to see on the North American server. So, DPM. Yeah, abysmal. Now, I do have to mention that this tank has two options for its top gun. You have this 155, which means you can overmatch 51 millimeters of armor or less, which is pretty awesome. You have 276 pin, 320 with your gold rounds, and 90 of HE. There are a lot of mediums and lights and SPGs, even at tier 10, that 90 HE pin will go through, either through the side or just straight through the front, depending on what it is. So that is an awesome gun, but the downside, yeah, 20-second reload or 21-second reload. Now you do have this other option with this 120 gun that you step down 30 damage or 30 penetration per shot and about 350 damage, but you have a 9.7 reload time. Your dispersion's a little bit worse, but you just have that much faster firing gun to where you can make better use of your shells, um, and you can switch between, or like you can fire and you have another shell loaded fairly quickly compared to this one that you are going to take a shot and then pull behind cover for 20 seconds. And we can get that down to probably 17 or so, but you're going to see with this thing that it has some gun handling stats are not the best. let's see, 221 for the reload on that, or for the aim time on that, with the 155, 278, yeah. So it kind of depends on your playstyle. Personally, I like faster firing guns, especially when it gets to that whole 20 seconds. That's kind of ridiculous. But you can go through a lot of stuff with this, and then of course when you step up to your gold rounds with the 320, you can go through a lot of stuff with that. So kind of up to you on which one you want. Same thing with the T95. It's got the two different styles. But of course we can try to get it down to what these would be stock, but these are still going to be faster as soon as you start throwing those gun rammers on them. All right, then we get down to, yeah, the caliber, like I said, 155, so you're going to overmatch stuff that's 51 or less. The 120, of course, you can only do, I think it's like 39.9 or something like that. And then the ammo capacity. Now, honestly, I would try to get the field mods with this thing, so you can get two setups. One that has more gold rounds to face tier 10s, versus one that has more standard rounds to face tier 9s and below. Or maybe even just tier 8s and below. But yeah, that's what I would go with. Now everything at this tier, at least for the comparison, has pretty low ammo count. So you definitely have to make those shots count. I don't think if you have the 155, I don't think you can run out of ammo in time. But with that 120, you definitely are going to be having to choose your shots a lot more because you can go out of ammo when you got a 9-second reload. All right, then we get down to aim time. Yeah, abysmal for this tier, or at least for the comparison. The other one had, I think it was 2.21. That's a little bit better. We probably could have got that down closer to 2, but yeah, you're going to be aiming for a little while with this thing. Dispersion on the other one was also better. But this is actually the best of all three of these, sadly enough. But you're not going to hit every shot, and that's why I'm like, especially with that um, with the 120 gun, you definitely have to try to make your shots count because of the dispersion. You're not going to be hitting every single one. Then we get down to, of course, gun depression. It's a standard American tank, 10 degrees of gun depression, just like the Conway. 15 up, so there are going to be some issues when you're trying to back up a slope or something that you're not going to be able to shoot those enemies. It's pretty slow as well. There are a few faster TDs even here in this comparison, but there's quite a few other faster TDs as well. So you definitely are not going to be getting anywhere in a hurry. But you do, you are a pretty heavy one. You're not as heavy as like the T95, so you can still get around them. We get down to our armor. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Whole armor, not great. Better than the other two. Not as good as T95, but the T95 is turretless, so that is basically its, you know, turret is at 305. But with 279 turret armor, that is heavy tank level armor for sure. Health, one of the higher, other than the T95. And then camo. Yeah, this thing, like I said, the heavy tank, effectively. So you are not going to have great camo. You might be able to get this up to like 20 at highest. So you're not going to be, you're definitely going to have to make use of those hills and that low cover in order to make this tank work. You're not going to be hiding very well at all. And view range 380. It's pretty standard around this tier. You definitely, to be able to have the view range, you're definitely going to have recon and situational awareness if you want to spot those things, if you're one of the last ones alive at the end of the match. Let's go ahead and get over to that gameplay. So we're going to be watching Pumpy 1. I can't remember the rest of the name. But yeah, he is here on Mannerheim Line. And yeah, tier 9 match, so a really good matchmaking setup for him because he's going to be facing tier 7s. Let's go ahead and get to it. Of course, they're in the south spawn. See which direction he's going. Okay, he's going to go heavy line. That's pretty common. This is an interesting camo he's got on, because it's one of the 3D camos. I have not seen this one before. Be interested to know what kind of setup he took. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to say, yeah, we're gonna need, snapshot, smooth ride, um, brothers in arms, 6 inch, all that kind of stuff. You definitely want to maximize your gun handling for sure. I would definitely, if you're gonna use that 155, take a gun rammer. Ooh, see, look at that, yeah, bounce. Tried to snapshot the dude, didn't quite get that shot in. I think he has a turbo, because I feel like this thing is moving faster, and that is one viable option for sure. The other thing I would consider taking would be like gun rammer. Oh, he just ammo racked that dude. And then the improved aiming circle will probably help a little bit, or the aim time. Honestly, the aim time may be the better option. Yeah, see, look, they're gonna hit him in that turret. Thinking, oh, it's just a TD. I think he may have the 120. We have to watch on the reload. T28. Yeah, those tend to be. Oh no, that is definitely the 155. Got the reload down pretty good, but I mean 750 damage. And Healy. Reload time's not quite as bad as I was thinking. I think he's got this pretty well maxed out. But yeah, I mean look at that. Already 2 kills. 3,000 damage, 760 walk. This thing is a beast. He didn't have quite the kind of pressure. Oh, that was a good snapshot there. He did eat one there. I'd be interested to see where that actually hit. But he could have. Oh yeah, that. Oh no, the B-Sed was throwing. Um, yeah, the standard AP. He's managed to get a shot in. Wow, he's getting those snapshots in really well. So far, it looks like he's just been using standard AP. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that. Yeah, of course, the T29 is known for being one of the most heavily armored tier 7s, so you can see that even this will go through it. Looks like his team is doing okay. Not too bad. Pretty evenly matched here. The one thing is he has to roll up over that crest, and of course they're going to be trying to hit his bullet. And there goes another one. Uh, uh, uh. Another one bites dust. Ah. Alright, now he's going to push. Yeah, he has to have a turbo on this. He's moving way too quick. Ooh, one of his own team just got ammo racked. You hear that? Kaboof. Kaboof. Alright. Try to deal with this guy. Now he's got to watch for this. Okay, the B-Sed's moved back even further. Oh, he's facing another T30. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Gotta be careful of that other B-Sed. He's got standard rounds loaded. Yeah, right through the front. Wow. Nice little double tap there with the T57. So yeah, I mean, he's effectively playing this like a kind of a medium range heavy tank, which is what I would expect to play. That's kind of how I play the previous tank, that T28 Proto. He has such low. Okay. Yeah, HE. See, that's what I would have done too. Yeah, he had such low health that even your HE, because you have so much damage, that even if you don't pin, it was gonna kill the dude. Oh, there's the Artie again. I think the Artie has been what's taking the most health off of him. They're already pushing in, so that should make the guys up north kind of pull back to help defend. But yeah, right here, you just have to stay hold down. They do have to watch here on the right because there is a little... Yeah, that's going to be annoying. Um, there is a little spot that people can tuck into on the right. I had a great game in my... Yep, right over there. Actually, no, that's a little bit higher. That ELC was smart and waited for them to get where he had a full broadside before he started taking shots at him. He almost one-shotted that ELC. And now if that ELC's reloaded, he's going to have to keep an eye on him because he can definitely get 2 shots in and take him out for sure. Go ahead and deal with this dude on this side because he's trying to stay away from that TD, or not the TD, the GW Panther. They've got him boxed in here, but they're still in a pretty good... Oh, there's another one. So that was just, that's just his track. He didn't take any damage. But he left the dude on 1 health. How frustrating is that? 1 health. We're heading by 3 tanks and an HP. It's just pretty much they've got to... It'd help if the STA-1 would move up. I expect the Ari's going to finish off that CS though. I'll try to take out this Steyr. Got HE loaded, I'm assuming. Yep. Okay, so they got the CS. They... And there you go. Yeah, that's what you got to make use of. I don't tend to pack many HEs, but I'm starting to now, just because I found multiple game situations where you can really make use of it. Yeah, after the nerf, I kind of stopped, but now I carry at least 3 or 4 for those lightly armored targets. Especially if you have intuition on your tank, you can switch quickly if you're already reloaded. That helps a lot. Alright. I think it's just the GW, which is going to be up in that corner. And there goes another HE shot. Yeah, you pretty much keep HE loaded for these last 2 enemies. Just gotta find... Yeah, there's the... And he get a shot. Oh, nope, he's gonna go for this Artie because the Artie has been messing him up all day long. But the Artie's looking at him. He's gonna bait the shot, roll up, and boom! Gone. Elitist. Alright, so now they just have to deal with an ELC even 90 with 30 health. And honestly, he shouldn't even bother giving chase. He's not going to be fast enough to catch it. He should just sit in the cap circle. He just tries to sit low enough to where he can't be seen by the ELC. That Sturv should be able to finish it off if the ELC doesn't just go drown himself. I've seen that happen. And there you go. There's the Sturv. Alright. Go ahead and pause this and get over to the game stats. Alright, so a total of 8.8 thousand damage, 7 kills, and one of those was an ammo rack, and 1200 spotting with 1200 blocked as well. As you can see, as long as you stay hold down, you're going to be bouncing shots all day long. Ace Tanker, Spotter, Hand of God, Demolition Expert, Duelist, Fire Perfect, but most importantly, High Caliber and Top Gun. Wow. That is how you play this tank. So if you need to rewatch that, if you need to know how to play a heavy assault tank or tank destroyer, that's how you do it. Anyway, this is Meridian Gaming, and I'll see you on the battlefield.